So, Kaina of the Great Snow Sea is an original 11-episode post-apocalypse fantasy 3D anime created by Polygon Pictures that once again suffers from people on anime websites just not explaining the plot in a way that may interest other people. A world blanketed in an endless and ever-growing ocean of snow. The people eke out a living either huddled around the roots of enormous trees dotting the surface or high in the canopy which spreads all over the planet's atmosphere. A chance meeting between Kaina, a youth from the canopy, and Lilica, a young woman from the surface, sets off a chain of events that will change the fate of the world. Source: Fuji TV. And trust me, none of the websites I've seen just explain it in a way that would interest me beyond channel obligations. So as per usual, I'll try to explain this myself. Write me in the comments if I succeed. In a post-apocalyptic world, there are these ginormous fucking trees going straight into the stratosphere and covering the entire world in a membrane called canopy. Kaina is a resident of one of the villages in said canopy, living his average life alongside 5 other people, learning how to read from old signs until one day he sees a giant floating popcorn with a basket, and in that basket is a girl. That girl turns out to be Lilica, a princess of a kingdom nearby that is in a deadlock with a nomadic nation of Volgan. They live in the Snow Sea, and it's basically Waterworld but with snow and Japanese, so a giant mech has to be somewhere in that equation. So Kaina goes with her to the Snow Sea and gets tangled into this conflict. Shenanigans ensue. I guess the most obvious flaw of this sort of plot is just how typical it is. Again, this anime feels like a combination of Waterworld with those serious Miyazaki films, but outside of a constant feeling of deja vu, there is nothing inherently wrong with it per se. The heroes are acting as heroes, the villains are acting as villains, and there's also a reluctant villain who later helps heroes and will probably be a part of the hero's crew in the upcoming movie. We'll get to it in a bit. The post-apocalyptic elements are done well. They are these ancient remnants of tech that are more powerful than anything locals can do and come more like either obstacles to overcome or tools to help overcome those obstacles. By all reasonable definitions, nothing in Kaina of the Grand Seabiscuit is bad, and I can't sincerely say I can't recommend you watching it. So why do I feel like I'm lying to you when I say that? Perhaps because of 3D graphics of the show? Not really. The graphics are actually pretty well made for a 3D anime anyhow. Everything is fluent, the enemy and ally mook look cool enough to not be bothered with that it's the same model over and over again. The overall style and presentation of it is familiar though, but that's because it was created based off ideas of Tsutomu Nihei, the Blame author. And like many creators in the field, he found the sweet spot in his creative field and decided to barricade himself in it, so every next thing he does is effectively just Blame in some ethnic costume. But no, I think I understand why I feel so down about this anime, even though by all means it is okay. I had the same feeling when watching Avatar 2. It is a competently made movie made by a creator that most people still like, that well deserves its praise, but it's nothing really special to people who have watched the same thing done better a lot of times before and have to justify their opinion in front of an audience. If you're said audience, however, you can just freely watch this show without thinking about it too much, and you'll forget about it in a week or so. Generic, yeah, I like it, being the only memory left of it. If you're a member of the audience with more experience, however, the story will start strong, but with every episode it'll start to bore you to the point of skipping scenes you already know the end result of. It's like being stuck in a second-grade math lesson while you yourself as a backhand programmer.